Hey, Trevor McHaffie here, and now that you have your Quora profile all set up, it's time to start cranking some traffic. Now before we jump into the video, if you would like more information on working from home and making money online, make sure to hit the subscribe button below to get notified every time I release a new video. So let's just jump on over to Quora. So this is the Quora homepage, and just to recap, Quora is a very social question and answer based community. If you want a complete breakdown of what Quora is, refer to my previous video that I did on Quora and setting up your profile. Now the first thing I want to show you is some statistics and how powerful this is. Now I haven't been as active on Quora as I'd like to be, but if we go into the statistics here, you can see from when I first started the video I had very few views. I've been about 3 or 4 weeks in now, and I've got 17,000 views on my answers. I've got one upvote, and I've had people share it 5 times. And this is within the last 30 days. So I've been using this for about a month now. I've got 17,000 views, and here's some of my answers. So once you start posting your answers on some of the popular questions, you're going to start to see some of this traffic. And the way to get really good traffic is to actually be helpful in the community. Don't just post your links and spam through it. Actually try and help and research some really good answers. So now that we've got our profile all set up, it's time to get Quora to start cranking out some traffic. So the first thing that you want to do is to find niches and topics that you want to follow. So one of my niches is make money online. So as you can see right here, it's set up as a topic. So we can click on that and we can see everything related to make money online. So as you can see here, I'm already following this and it has 819,000 followers. Now you want to follow topics that have a lot of followers because when you post your answers, you're going to get a lot of views. And members are going to get notified every time there's an answer to one of their questions. Now when you go through this, you want to find questions that have a lot of answers and upvotes. So when you look at these, you're going to see upvotes here, and we're going to show you some of the comments and traffic when it looks like this. This is an ad, but we'll find one that has some good traction. So when we look at this answer here, we can see that there's some upvotes, there's been shared. So when we click into that, we can see that there's been over 100 plus answers, okay? So you can see that there's 3.4 thousand people following this. So anytime that there's an answer on this question, this 3,000 people are going to get notified that there's a new answer. So as we scroll down, we're going to see an answer here by Brian Brewer, blogging just the beginning. Now, looking at our profile, we could put some, our website and all kinds of, make a better profile here. But when you look at some of these answers, you want to put a lot of quality in here. So this answer has got 299 upvotes. They've done really good work here. So what has he done? He's put an image in here. He's got a lot of great information. He's trying to help the community and not just dropping links. And he's got a video in here as well. So it's been shared, it's been upvoted, and people are actually commenting on his post as well. So if you provide good value, people are going to come up here, they're going to read your answer, and they're actually going to click on your profile. So when we do that, we come into his profile. Looking at this, obviously he's got a little bit of opportunity here, but he does have his website, YouTube channel, so he is doing what we should. He could do a little bit better by having his website in the top here so people see it. A lot of people are going to click through to his bio because he is an influencer in the niche. So what's the best way for you to use this question? Obviously, there's lots of different ways that we can answer this question. First and foremost, we're going to want to find questions that we can turn into blog posts. Once we turn it into a blog post, we can repurpose some of the content here and link back to a more detailed description on our blog, generating web traffic for our blog posts and our websites. Now, once you finish the blog post, you're going to take some of the best tips out of that and come and answer the question on Quora. When you close off your answer on Quora, you say something like, you have a full, complete tutorial on your blog about doing this, and if they'd like more information, just jump over and have a look, and that you'd be happy to help them out. Now, make sure that you're giving advice first. You're not just dropping your link. You're giving good, solid value. Now, one of the keys is obviously you don't want to be a spammer. Not every question that you answer on here requires a link back. You should actually be answering more questions without a link back to your blog and websites than actually putting it in. When the feeling is right, that's when you drop the link in, but it shouldn't be there every single time. Now, what else do we do with that blog post and answer? We got to repurpose it. So let's post that to Facebook, to Twitter, to LinkedIn. Make sure that we're repurposing all that. Medium.com is another authority site that we can start to drive traffic from. Now, using the questions from Quora helps you generate the content ideas so you're not always having to think of something new and that you can post on all these websites. Next, what we want to do is we want to try and get upvotes. What upvotes do is it takes our answer and pushes it to the top of the question. The better the content, the more upvotes you're going to get, the higher it's going to go in the question, and the users are going to see your answer first. Now, there is kind of a gray hat way to get upvotes. There are plenty of groups on Facebook and other places where they have upvote exchange forums. So if you're having an answer, you can go into some of these groups, join some of these groups, and request an upvote, and you can upvote other answers. It's a little bit gray hat, but it's out there. It's going to help get your traffic up and your questions up a lot higher. Now, when you come across questions that are a good fit for you, you don't have to answer them right away. You can actually go right here. Well, you could click answer, and what it will do is it will bring up the answer screen, but you can actually click on these three dots here and say answer for later. Right? So if we do that, it'll say answer for later, and we can actually go into this list. And I've got some questions here that I've saved to answer later as well. Now, one of your goals should try and be a most viewed writer. Now, when you start finding topics that are in your niche, you're going to want to go back and have a look and see who these top writers are. So if we go into the Make Money Online topic here and we look at most viewed writers, you're going to see that this person here at the top has had 242,000 views. Okay, so as we scroll down, you can see up and comers. I've had 17,000 views, so I could probably jump in here and start making my way to becoming a most viewed writer. Now, once you find the topics that you can crack into that most viewed writers, start posting consistently, and you're going to see yourself rise into that section. And once you become a most viewed writer, you're looked at as an authority in that space, and people are going to come to you and ask you to answer their questions. Okay, so how do we get a lot of views? One of the things that we want to do is every time that we post an answer on here, we want to email your list if you have one. Let them know that you've put a new answer on Quora. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it all over social media to let people know that you've put up a new answer and to come and check it out. Now, one of the things I did mention in the last video is that you're able to outsource all of this. Now, what you can do is you can start to have your virtual assistant go onto Quora and start looking for good questions for you and start saving them to be answered later. They can source the content to actually answer the questions for you, and they can even attempt to write it. They may not write it in the same voice as you, but they could put a lot of it together and then you can just tweak it for your answer. They can write the blog post and then you could take the information to put into Quora. Another thing that your VA can do is, just like we were talking about face group, upvote exchanges, they can go and do that for you. They can go and upvote your stuff. They sometimes have groups of people that they work with that can help upvote stuff, and they can go into these groups as well and start trading upvotes back and forth. Okay, let's recap some things to remember. First, one answer will not get you a ton of traffic. It takes multiple answers to get real traffic. Each post is like an ad for your business. The more you have, the more traffic you're going to get. Answer more questions without posting your link than you do with your link, and always be sure to include images in your answers. These tend to get more upvotes and views over time. I really hope you guys liked the video and learned something useful. If you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button below and get notified on my future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon. One last thing that I forgot to mention, that I've created a Quora traffic takeover cheat sheet that you guys can get for free. Just hit the link below this video in the description and you guys can get instant access to this. I've also added some great resources at the bottom of this cheat sheet that you guys can check out and get more information about Quora and how to utilize it. Take care and we'll talk soon.